Hi! Welcome to the stream, everyone. Today we are playing Date Everything after I do my makeup. My hair is wet, so give that time. Oh, my cords are wrapped around each other. Oh, well, whatever. Whatever. Happy Thursday! How's it going? How was everyone's Wednesday?
With Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to this Kong with relative ease.
That's really funny, Lazy Crypt. Thank you so much for 26 months. I accidentally reset my timer. I thought you were doing the cosplay today for stream, just posting it later. Yeah, I'm just posting the cosplay. I'm not cosplaying live on stream today. No, no, I'm not. I'm not even playing Donkey Kong Bonanza today because I don't have a Switch 2. So no, it's not. It is not a cosplay stream. Your hair is fab in any form. Thank you. Yeah, if I had a Switch 2 and I was playing DK Bonanza, I probably would have done a cosplay stream, but I would have promoted it. What's up? Why is the music? Oh, I turned it way down. How's it going? Hi, Leia. Hi, chat. Yeah, yesterday I did a cosplay. I just posted a TikTok um this morning of it. I bought it last night on release time. I think you'll really like it. I bet I will. Was it you as Chunky Kong? No. No. But yeah, if you want sneak peeks of my cosplays and how I made them and all that stuff, you should subscribe to my Patreon. Did you make that dress? No, I actually bought it. I only altered it slightly. Um, I did take video of like what I did to alt, but I barely altered it to the point that I'm not sure it's worth posting. It had beads on the front and I removed them and then I colored in the spots where the beads were with a marker. And that's it. Doing some yapping and sun while doing laundry and such. Ooh, and sunshine. Nice. I came back from 2029 and the Switch 3 is okay. Paper Mario Reloaded. Reloaded! Can I ask about the Sam cosplay or should I do that on Patreon? You can ask here if you want. Okay, I have this. All right. I'm doing my makeup. What was I going to say? This morning I uploaded a Pauline TikTok and I it was like I looked at it 20 minutes later and it was held for review for that long. So I took it down and then changed the caption and then re-uploaded it and it didn't hold it for 20 minutes. So I think that TikTok doesn't like the banana emoji. But when you did the dye for the skirt, that only works since it was black, right? Like anything else would have taken color to the other sections. Yes. So if the skirt was, say, purple but had a grid pattern, and I did green, then the green would have mixed with the purple in the spots that were purple. Um, I don't know what color green and purple make actually. They might be colors. No, they're not colors to cancel each other out. So it would probably would have made them like a dirty brown or something, right? So, but yeah, if you're going to be dyeing over colors, that process is called over dyeing. And Rit Dye does have like a guide for over dyeing and like how that works. Um, but yeah, I was a little worried that the black was going to turn like a more dark green instead of black. But I was pretty sure it wouldn't, and it didn't, so that was good. Yeah, it was a huge find. I had been looking for a skirt like that for a really long time, like just hoping that I would run into one in the thrift store. And then I just did. Um, when I literally went there to buy just a plain black skirt to turn into that skirt, and I saw it there, and It was funny because there's another girl on the rack, you know, and she was like getting up close to the front where I was looking, and I saw it and I just like snatched it. I was like, nope. I don't know if she wanted it, but also it happened to be my size, so I didn't even have to like alter it to be um smaller or anything, so that was really cool. I just ate a banana. TikTok needs to stop banana shaming. SMH TikTok always banana shaming. Hi Metal Gear. Alright, I'm just gonna do the makeup that I've been enjoying doing lately. Oh, wait, I should do my eyebrows first. But yeah, so yeah, the Pauline cosplay, honestly, like, I would like to eventually do like the wig for that was kind of okay. I would have liked to have done maybe a little bit more of a stylized wig. So in the future, maybe I'll change that wig a little bit, but whatever. Pauline's kind of a weird cosplay, like, because her design isn't very recognizable. It's just very much like a lady with brown hair and a red dress. But I did her makeup to try to be similar to like Pauline in DK Bonanza. You know, I wanted to keep the freckles. I thought that was cute, but I don't know. I don't know if that will land. I have no idea. But yeah. What did you guys get up to yesterday? I was just working on that cosplay all day. Um then I finished watching season 2 of Survivor. I showed it to Rachel and she goes, "Okay, but what does Pauline have to do with DK?" That's so funny. What does Pauline have to do with DK? Good question. Pauline just looks like Carmen Sandiego. Does Carmen Sandiego have a purple hat? I actually don't know. Sleeping and playing Death Stranding 2. Nice. Does Carmen Sandiego have a red hat? I don't know who Carmen Sandiego is. I don't know if that show was really on TV when I was a kid or if it was on the channels I watched or what, but I went to a Pride Yoga event by the Bay. I think someone said there was 4,000 people there. Oh, damn, that's cool. Hi, Da Survivor. What's good with me? I'm doing my makeup. My hair is wet. That's what's good. What's good with you? Yes, Carmen Sandiego does have a red hat. Oh, okay. I gotta look up Carmen Sandiego because I actually really like don't know. That's the new one. Oh yeah, wait, yeah, it's an overcoat and a red hat. Is there an old one? My space bar is getting fucking sticky again. Pissing me off. Oh yeah, it's a trench coat. It's a red trench coat that she wears. In both designs. The old design is just more 80s. Carmen Sandiego is 6'6", so a better fit for Pappy. Then Pauline, listen. Is better like my Pauline costume. I don't think the show was ever on, but I had the games as a kid. Were they computer games? I'm enjoying my day off of work, and soon I'm about to go see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. Nice. I think the SNES too. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, was Carmen Sandiego like an educational show about places? Yeah, geography. That's cool. Is I Know What You Did Last Summer a good movie? I don't know. Chad, what do you think? Have you seen it? The trailers for the new one seem okay. I feel like the marketing campaign for I Know What You Did Last Summer was pretty successful back in the 2010s. If I'm remembering correct, I feel like people would always text each other that as like a prank. Cosplay super good. It was super surprising. Honestly, that dress looks like something you could wear to an event or something. Yeah, I think it is like someone's, I don't know, dress for something. I don't know if it's like a prom dress or something, but it's definitely like dinner wear, or like night wear or whatever, evening wear. The Carmen Sandiego computer game came with a thick book to look up geography questions. Oh wow. First one was cash grabbing off the successive stream, and the second one is more its own thing and a wild plot. A cash grab off the successive stream. I thought I Know What You Did Last Summer came out in the 2010s. Am I wrong?
Ooh. Switch 2 showed up a couple days ago and been playing the hell out of the new Mario Kart. I think you'll like it whenever you finally get it. Smiley face.
Yay, that's awesome. Are you getting DK Bonanza today? It came out shortly after. After Scream? Because, yeah, Scream's 90s. I thought I Know What You Did Last Summer was newer than that. 1997. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Huh. Well, that's confusing. So you liked the second one, though, when you watched it? Also, thank you so much for 54 months, Raven. I really appreciate your support. I'm glad to hear that you've been enjoying Mario Kart, though. I'm jealous. Who are you maining in Mario Kart right now? I can't say enough cool things about Bonanza so far. The only problem was the first section very short, made me so motion sick and claustrophobic. I was worried at first. Oh no! I Know What You Did Last Summer. I still know what you did last summer, and I'll always know what you did last summer. Is that real? I don't know. Hi, Mindy. How's it going? The second one, and I kid you not, takes place on an island resort where Jack Black plays one of the employees who has dreads and sells weed. What the fuck? Wait, so is the one that's just coming out the third one? Because then I'm less confused. Probably will get the new DK here soon. Been playing Wario trying to unlock all his outfits. Oh, that's awesome. Rip Cheeto. Chet Rippo. Hi, Xana. I finished Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Hell yeah. For a second, I thought you were talking about the game for some reason, and I was like, what? How did you like it? There's a poorly made third one, but this is supposed to be the sequel that ignores the other two. Oh. So wait, this is the fourth one? Okay. I'm not in the know about this franchise. Loved it. God, I was so happy to see again. It's really cool, right? There was a show in 2021. I'm on Wikipedia. Oh. Here's Jack Black's short and memeable death. It's safe to show on stream. What's Ramona Flowers' character flaw supposed to be again? She seems a bit too perfectly mature, but I'm not the best at analyzing things like this. Um, she would she would break up with people, in an uncaring way. And then also she dated the twins at the same time, which in the anime they give context to that that makes it not seem as bad. His acting is top tier Jack Black's. Bimbo younger Ramona is funny, but I mean present day Ramona. Um, I'm not really sure what your question is. Like you're asking me like what Ramona's present day character flaw is, like when she's investigating stuff. Is she supposed to have some type of crazy flaw while she's trying to investigate what happened to Scott? Stream message said get in here. Oh, in a year, but I only have headphones. Nice. Not exactly. I don't think I'm saying it well, and I need to ruminate a bit. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the question is here. Like, I don't know if you're trying to say that Ramona's present day character is a Mary Sue, but I think having past flaws that she reflects on is having character flaws. It's not any different. Um, so you could probably watch it if you want. There are clearly visible drugs and a bong and some violence and medium gore from his death, so not sure. Up to you. Have a good one, Darkstorm. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, the animated series does depart from the movie and the comics in a pretty cool way though. Brian Lee O'Malley called it a requel, a remake sequel slash sequel. Oh jeez. Sorry, I'm fast forwarding a bit. All right, we're gonna also fast forward a bit. This is I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1998. This is fake. By the way, just in case there's any problems. Is this a parody? Don't do it. That was pretty silly. That was pretty silly. That's a series of acting so bad. I thought that seems like a bit like him hovering over the tools. Like, oh, I'm gonna select this one. Oh, I'm gonna select. Oh, what about this one? Hi, Captain Crisps. I'm good. How are you? No, man, not that. The second one is a so bad it's good watch. Oh boy. Hi, Phoenix. Waterworld Ice Age, Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3, Jumanji multiple times, X Files, Brutal Legend, the video game. Was Jack Black? Oh, a list of deaths. Oh, wait, Jack Black was in Ice Age? Jack Black did the voices for all the people in Ice Age. Duh. Oh, my bad. He was in Cable Guy too, huh? Good thanks. Setting to donate my hair, but they called a reschedule. So more time for Twitch. Yay, more time for Twitch. Also, good for you for donating your hair. That's awesome. Okay, don't mind this. It looks funny, but when it's blended out, it'll look hopefully better. Yeah, wait, he died in Sesame Street? There's deaths in Sesame Street. I actually like that King Kong movie he was in, but it's so fucking hard to take him as anything but a stoner that can't do basic math. Chuck Black has another death scene in the 90s thriller Jackal where he sells Bruce Willis's character his high-tech automated sniper rifle and Bruce Willis tells him run as fast as you can and then shoots him. After letting him get pretty far. Oh my god. Don't sell Willis a thing like that. He's in the Arlstein. He was Arlstein in the Goosebumps movies too, right? I did see his picture in the Goosebumps posters for the newer movies or whatever. Who did he voice in Ice Age though? I'm serious. Chuck Black also dies in an episode of X Files. Also gets disintegrated in Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks has like a lot of celebrity cameos, right? One of my, if not my favorite Tim Burton films. There we go. Jeez. I've seen Mars Attacks only once, but I feel like I wasn't paying a lot of attention. Movie night? You guys would want to watch that for movie night? Add it to the list. Yeah. Mars Attack. Mars Attacks is a 90% celebrity cameos, a 10% movie. That's all I remember is like there's lots of celebrities at the end. I don't remember though. I meant to tell you, I can tell you a few. There are so many funny jokes in Gravity Falls that I think you might have missed, like 80s stuff. Like the time cops are named Lolf and Dungren or something, which is a joke about the Swedish actor Dolph Lundgren. He always plays roles like those guys. Lots of tiny stuff like that. That's cool. Mars Attacks is when I turned on Tim Burton. You turn him on. Damn. How'd you do that? Hi, Graytonian. We forget he was in High Fidelity. He was on The Mandalorian. He was on Community in a non-funny role. Played Paul McCartney in Dewey Cox. He was in Enemy of the State, Cable Guy, Demolition Man, and a few others. Good for him. What's new? We're gonna play Date Everything today. That's different. It really isn't everything. Yeah. Does he ever not be acting? Or does he just live on sets? You know what I've been in? Prison. That's not what I was expecting, honestly. I thought that we were gonna get like a your mom joke. Um, but that was honestly kind of funnier. Because it subverted my expectations. Unless you're just not making a joke and you decided to let us know that you've been in prison at that moment. What's awesome about Jack though is that he's actually a good actor. Yeah, a few of the things that I've seen him in, he's been pretty good. Like even when he's unserious, what I mean is like he's always good, but like he's been in movies where he's serious. He's still been good. In some of the stuff that I've seen is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god, dude. Also, double checking, you wanted to do the marathon on the 27th, right? My thrift store stuff got canceled, which is nice for me. Yes, that was the current plan. Eyelash curlers scare me for some reason. My god, why am I stuttering when reading? Yeah, they look pretty scary, honestly. Like I remember as a kid always being like, "What the hell is this?" But now I use them, so I've never been in jail. But if I did, I would announce that with a screed against it. I was thrown out of a restaurant once. Do we want to know why? Also, today for lunch, I'm having a leftover samosa, and it's gonna be awesome. Just thought you would like to know. I'm just being bratty. Was a minor. Ah, okay. Zena ordered ranch with okra and was thrown out. I thought you said leftover mimosa. I was like, damn, okay, party time with did everything. Well, I leftover one. I'll just make a new one. No, samosa. But you know, that's pretty fun. Woo, mimosa. But no, I don't have mimosa gear at home here. No mimosa gear. I tried to serve cracker nachos when I didn't work there. Yeah, you can't show up the chef like that. That's honestly, that's such a big no-no is trying to, bring in, cooking that is going to make the chef look bad because it's so good. Okay. Wait, you were thrown through a restaurant? One time I was thrown out of a furniture store called The Brick when I was 12. Or was I 13? I think I was 12. It was so dumb. So, we went in there and the guy that ran the store was like honestly like pretty nice. Like I had been there a few times with friends and he would always be like, "Hey kids, like sit on this couch, watch a movie." That's fine. And we'd be like, "All right, cool." And then we do that for like 10 minutes and then get bored. So my friend and I went there, but this was not with the intention of sitting on the couch and watching a movie. We wanted to go in there and pretend like we lived in there. So, he was kind of like friendly and he was like, "Yeah, like whatever, like welcoming kids. You could sit watch a movie or whatever." Um, but we didn't do that. So we were like pretending to live in there. Mind you, it isn't really set up like IKEA, so it wasn't really that great. But we also took there was like these furniture, these like chairs that were like lazy boys, but they you could press a button and they would lift. So, we were just like fucking around. Like we like tried to see whose chair would lift to the top fastest. And wait, you were thrown out of a restaurant. Do you mean you were literally thrown out then? If you thought that I was literally physically thrown out when I'm playing off of your story, were you physically thrown out? Like someone tossed you out? But anyway, we did that and that was fine. And he was like sitting near the front door on the phone, and there was like a glass. Was it metal? There was like a fake pear that was either glass or metal in a bowl, and my friend was like, "This is my lunch," and then picked it up and went "Har," and like pretended to bite it, and then he's like, "Hey, you guys need to get out." We're like, "Oh, okay, okay." So the last straw was her pretending to eat a fake pear. That's the thing. I was, for some reason, my mind went to slapstick mode. Yeah, no, I wasn't physically thrown out. I mean, yeah, figuratively, I was kicked out. The chef took one look at the Kraken auction and said, "No, I'm not allowed Papatui in here and make everyone want to order her food." Picture of the actual chef. It's true. If you fall asleep at the bar, you might be thrown out. Yeah, that could lead to you being physically like thrown out. Yeah, laser round. Okay, fine, but I'm not gonna be liable for decoy poisoning. Yeah, pretend to eat my glass. It might have been glass, which I think if she picked up a glass pear, I don't know though. In my mind, I think it was metal. I don't remember, but either way, he was not happy about that joke and made us leave. I've never been kicked out of anywhere. That sucks. He lost two kids in the 70s eating glass pears. Never again. Never again. But yeah, it would be funny if it was like Fresh Prince and he threw us out like jazz. But probably also not a good idea. They didn't die, they got impaired. A Hi Zara. I got banned for life from a movie theater because we kept sneaking into R-rated movies when I was 15. We count the number of people in R-rated movies and compare ticket sales. Fucking Mormons. No. Banned for life. Do you think if you went back they would still know you're banned for life? Usually a lifetime ban only means 10 years. Don't ask me how I know that. It closed down like 3 years later, probably from all the kids sneaking into R-rated movies. They lost so many sales. I mean, I'm sure you did buy tickets to actual movies to sneak into R-rated ones, right? We did. That's the shit. Like, what the fuck do you care? Yeah, can they get in trouble? Like, what happens if a kid sees an R-rated movie? Do the cops give them a ticket? Like, what? I mean, how do the cops know? Like, come through asking for IDs? Yeah, I guess, right? Like, could someone call the cops? I think that kid was 15. I see someone in here and they don't look 17. I imagine Beer just crawling through the vents in a movie theater going in to see an R-rated movie. That's so funny. Just like in the cartoons. Alright, hold on. This eyeliner does not look great, but it's going to. Just give me a minute. Okay, that looks better. Hi, BB. How's it going? I don't think the movie ratings is an actual law, is it? Is it? I guess, like, actually, I have no fucking clue. I know they can show X-rated stuff or NC-17, but I think that might be different. Oh, they can't show. Yeah, MPA rating system is a voluntary scheme that is not enforced by law. Oh, I guess they just cared a lot. I think I finally found myself a good streamer to watch. Thanks, Zara. I appreciate that. We're gonna be playing Date Everything today. When I picked up the game, I found out it was made by the same people who made Monster Prom, which actually isn't very surprising because I know this game is pretty inclusive. So is Monster Prom. Remember being in the parking area of a ranch party and the cops came in there because nobody watched the gate. So me and some friends gathered in a car to leave, and a truck light shined on us. I rode down the window and said, "Hello, officers, any problem?" He said, "If you can pull out of the parking without hitting the other vehicles, you can go freely." And it was the slowest backing up ever, but we got out. You know, with the start of that story, I was thinking that we were about to be like Forrest Gumped again, but it sounds like a real story. That's actually pretty funny. Also, I got eyeliner like all over my fucking hands. It's like it like spilled out on the side at some point, so that's cool. I like that. Great. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that. Or I could do this. You know what? I'll just do that. Just because I can. Actually, it could look fucked up. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll just leave it. One more thing about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, Holly's barely in it. I mean, she's barely in the comics as well. Holly does look good, but you know, a more relevant character that should have been in it would have been Lisa. But I think Brian Lee O'Malley said they didn't have time for Lisa. Like they only had so much screen time. Did you see the Adventure Time Lethal Cosmetics makeup? Mr. Mouse bought me some. I'm so excited to get it. Ooh, I didn't see that. Hold on, I'll click on that in a minute. I love Adventure Time. I always get mascara all over my goddamn eyelids. I know she's barely in the comics, but everyone talked about her as all. Oh yeah, everyone's just talking about how hot Holly is. Because yeah, Holly's like not a main character at all. She's not relevant to the plot. Her only relevance is that she also works at the movie store. Oh, this is cute. I like the pocket mirror that looks like you could get a happy BMO or an angry one. Yeah, aw, these are really cute. That's such a good idea. I never heard of Lethal Cosmetics before. Yeah, Lisa is in Scott Pilgrim the animation, which was official. It was like a teaser for the movie. But yeah, a lot of fans really wanted to see Lisa in the show. Ugh, my hair keeps falling into my face. There's a gnat in here. Okay. Yeah, it was Fenty that did the arcane stuff. That was so cool. Oh, I keep forgetting. Fucking Uniqlo has sent me stuff a few times. That's like a clothing brand, if you don't know what I'm talking about. They sent me a PR package a while ago, and I keep forgetting to post about it because it's for fucking One Piece. Guys, I don't watch One Piece. So now I have One Piece merch, and I'm so happy that Uniqlo wants to send me stuff, but why did they send me One Piece merch? What am I supposed to do? Get ready and settle in for a million. Yeah, I need to watch a million hours of anime. Just watch one. What is watching one episode gonna do? Live action One Piece is pretty good. Never watched the anime though. I should just post and say thank you, but I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with this One Piece merch. Did you know the guy who voices the Katanagi twins in Scott Pilgrim are voiced by the guy who played James Sunderland in Silent Hill 2? Really? That's crazy. Random call and be like, "Oh yeah, you like One Piece? Name five. Name five of the One Pieces. Name them." Come on. There we go. I didn't do this when the lashes were wet enough, so there we go. Put it on and not take it off till you watch all of One Piece. Oh my god. I probably would get a lot of views for that, but how long would that take if I watched it non-stop? Probably a few months, right? Like actually, that would be like a subathon. Like that that would be a marathon like endurance test. Okay, I have to wash my hands before I put on blush because I got eyeliner on my fucking hands. Hello. I've been playing Lego Jurassic World for the past few days. Went through the original trilogy and halfway through Jurassic World. And then as it was saving, it stopped and said file corrupted and I lost all that save data. No! Oh, okay, you had some backup though. That's good. Okay. Now it's time to put on blush. That eyeliner was hard to get off my hands. What? Where's the color that I want? That's red. Or it's messy in here. I gotta do something about that. Okay. Guess I'll use red today then. I didn't know they streamed all the mods stream. Yeah, they showed each other out at the beginning of the stream. Second base. Shut up, mods. Thank you for the compliment on my bangs. Wait, but my problem wasn't solved. Um, oh wait, it's right here. I want to use this berry color as blush. My nephews are visiting me this weekend, and I told the oldest that he's gonna help me split the screen game. So,
Or the GR8 stream. Smiley face.
thank you, Cynical. Thank you for 2 years. I really appreciate that. But yeah, there you go. Put that nephew to work. So Kamikaze streams sometimes too. Just need to get him to do it again soon. He's on with me yesterday too. Hell yeah. I mean, I guess I shouldn't do my lipstick because I'm about to eat a samosa, but you know what? Now I can have a little lipstick as a treat while I'm having the samosa, so. Sounds great. Eat the lipstick. I wanna reach 5 pounds of lipstick consumed in my lifetime slowly by wearing it and then eating it off. One time I applied to work at this like tea and bookstore in my hometown. And I had researched a whole bunch about tea and was like really, really tea pilled in the knowledge on tea and like was super ready for this interview to, show off all my tea knowledge. But it turns out that the tea shop was a little bit more book focused than tea focused. So they asked me a lot about reading, which I don't read very much. I don't read very much, unfortunately. So, that was a little funny. The guy was like, "Oh, like what books do you read? How many books do you read? How often?" This guy literally knew the number of books he could read in his lifetime. He was like, "Oh yeah, so in my lifetime, with how many years I have left to live and the average of reading speed, I can read 3,000 books or something. I can't remember the fuck he said in the rest of my life. I don't know if it was 3,000. I can't remember what number he dropped. And he was like, "So I have to be selective about what books I read." I was like, "What? What?" I thought they were gonna be, so knowledgeable on tea and stuff. They didn't give a shit if I knew about tea. This guy counted how many books he could read in the duration of his life, and then was picking which books to read based off of if it was worth his time, given the amount of books he could read. And then he took that number and then divvied it down to like by year also. But I was like, what? I mean, I've also thought about how many books I could read in my life. That's like so into reading. That is like so into reading. Like I was not expecting, even though it was a bookstore, them to be that about reading to the point that they knew what number of books they could read. I've read 106 books this year so far. I mean, that's awesome. I'm not trying to hate on readers. I think reading is a good thing to do, honestly. But I just was like honestly so shocked that this guy could just he just knew. He had mathed out all the books he could read. I was like, I don't fucking know how many books I could read in the rest of my life. It's like a library oracle. I mean, he was working a job he was definitely passionate about, so just not the tea part. They had good tea there though. They really did. This massive existential crisis fuel. I think yeah, I think it's a little dark almost. But also like you must really love reading because I've never thought about how many video games I could play in my life. You know? But also I try not to think too hard about like time and how much time I have because it starts becoming like an obsessive thing. It's honestly so hard to figure out because there are so many unknown variables. Like now I got a gaming PC, so I read less now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder what that guy's up to now. I don't really want to go to my hometown. But if I did, I'd probably want to stop there just to see if he's still working there and how many books he reads a year. I've only 3,000 books left to live. I might as well give up now. Already aware there's more media than I can consume without revisiting anything even once. Yeah, see, that's something that makes me a little anxious when I think about it. Maybe you'll find him on social media. I prefer not to seek out this guy on social media, I won't lie. He can look at you and guess the amount of books you'll read before you die. Oh my god, that's what you mean by Oracle. I used to get really into how long I needed to work to retire, figure out how much faster if I had made X choice differently than the percent of my life spent on work. And that would get depressing fast. Yeah, that's for sure like an anxiety thing. I used to that's actually like that's tough. That's depressing fast. I used to count how many hours I had in a day and then count how many hours of free time I had in a day. And that yeah, that was upsetting. That was bad. That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. That's called time anxiety. That that did not go well for me because then I'd be like, okay, I have 2 free hours in the day, and then I would be so anxious about maximizing the amount of fun I had in those 2 hours that I would just end up doing nothing. Like I would just sit there for 2 hours. Horrible, horrible, horrible way to think. How many summers? Do not count how many summers you think you have left. I literally had to force myself to stop. It was driving me insane. Yeah, I honestly was like Googling it and being like, am I like, is this okay? And it was like, this is time anxiety. Um, you know, yeah, it was bad. I was like, okay, I just have to stop giving into this and stop counting. Gorgeous, gorgeous hair. Thank you. The front is curlier than the back. And no matter what I do, this part always stays straight. Like, I don't know. All right. I'm sad that that ad ran because I'm gonna go heat up my samosa. I'm gonna go heat up my samosa and then we'll play date everything. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Check out these BRB clips. Follow me on social media. Um, Go check out my Pauline and Donkey Kong TikTok. All right. All right. Oh no, the music was on the whole time. No. All right. Well, that sucks. Hi everyone. Sorry for the cursed audio. It didn't sound too bad. All right. Well, I have a hot samosa. Yay. What's in it? Potato? Yeah, potato and vegetables. Have you seen much of the game? I've seen a little bit. I think I've had a few characters spoiled for me, so that's unfortunate, I guess, but I'm excited to check it out. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it's by the same people who did Monster Prom too, which is really cool. I should have launched the game before I started, because I always forget that launching the game sometimes takes a while. I did unlock Waluigi's bike rope in this game. Would that be something you're interested in seeing? Not yet. I wanna play it and unlock Waluigi's outfits. Eventually I'll do it. The breaker box in the river. I don't know anything about the river, so don't say any more. But yeah, I feel like I saw the breaker box. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. Don't be sorry, you're good. You guys are really getting some ASMR samosa time. Let me just move that. What was I going to tell you? Hmm. I just fed Prince Chili lunch. She's been very cuddly at night, as usual. As usual. Sometimes he kind of wakes me up though, because he keeps getting up and adjusting himself, trying to get the optimal snuggle. I love samosas. In my hometown, this like Indian restaurant opened up, and I remember the samosas were like my favorite thing, but they were like $8 each. And even with inflation, like 10 years later, all the Indian restaurants like in the city, the samosas are like $2. $2 when they're on the expensive time side, I mean. Like they're so cheap. Like I have no idea why they were like $8. My cat figured out that licking my mouth is the best way to make me get up. I hate it so much. No, that's fucked up. Oh my god, it's crazy when cats like figure out like the thing that will bother you the most. Small town Indian food is always scary because they overcharge for the cheapest thing on the menu. Yeah, the food there was really good though. But at least I remember it being really good. I don't know how it compares now. I have to lock him out of my room at night if he does that. Oh my god. My neighborhood doesn't have any Indian restaurants. We have Himalayan restaurants. They have the same stuff. Himalayan? Aren't the Himalayas like near China? Am I wrong? They just happen to have the same stuff? India also borders China. Oh, well that makes sense. I gotta look at a map. Oh man, why is googling a picture of the fucking of a map so difficult? There we go. Okay, Russia, China. Oh yeah, the Himalayas are literally the border between India and China. Okay, that makes sense. I was imagining because you know how China's like a U shape. I was like, where the fuck is India in relation to that? But that makes sense. It's to the west. Between that is Nepal. Hmm. Himalayas are between China and India, Nepal, Bhutan. India and China are involved in some pretty crazy border disputes. Actually, oh, that's too bad. People end up killed every once in a while. Do they die? When they get killed, probably. A local Indian restaurant is unhinged. Yeah, it makes pizzas also. Oh, hell yeah. The border conflict with China and India are kind of crazy because in order not to worsen it, the guards and soldiers on both sides don't use weapons but beat each other with sticks. What the fuck? Huh. Hmm. There's like a map that's inside my brain that's just like completely inaccurate sometimes, so it's nice to look at a map sometimes and be like, okay. Like I thought I got a pretty good grasp on a map because of playing I had this Bratz globe. I had this Bratz globe that you could play a game and it would be like, all right, like it would like speed round, it had like a pen and you would have to like tap the country. And I would always do that, but it didn't really help me my mind's eye remember where countries are. Like I could remember it when I was looking at the globe, but when I'm not looking at it, I can't remember where stuff is. Sometimes I remember shapes. I got Mandarin yesterday. What is that? Did the globe label legs? Are you referencing that BRB video? Chinese food. Oh, Mandarin food. I see. Interesting. You know what's kind of weird though? Is like how the map is kind of weird because, you know, it's like it's hard to like visualize it flat when it's when the globe is round, you know? Like if you think about like if you cut a beach ball, right, and then tried to lay it flat, it'd be kind of difficult, you know? I was in my friend's middle school classroom. The globe was old enough to have a USSR and Burma on it. The map is at least 30 years old. Hmm. What did USSR grow around? I mean, it's old, but to be fair, it was like, what, 92? I have no idea. I should get a globe. I should get a Bratz globe. I swear it was 1991. I used to really love, what was it called? Damn, I can't remember what it was called. Oh, I used to really love ginger beef. That was like my favorite Chinese dish, like before Chinese food dish, like, you know, before I went vegetarian. Yeah, Bratz. I think Burma became Myanmar before that. Before 91? I don't think so. Haven't they, weren't they Myanmar and then they were Burma and then they were Myanmar again? Dude, my fucking space bar is broken today. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's 1989. They changed it to Republic Union of Myanmar. However, in spoken Burmese, Bamar and Myanmar remain interchangeable. I was wrong. Hmm. Some people didn't like the English name Myanmar in the country, but I don't know. Hi Drixis, how's it going? What was the hardest dish to get for vegetarianism, Puppy? I recall times I've tried it. Cheese is the hardest. That's for veganism. Vegetarianism doesn't include giving up dairy or eggs. Um, so that's to be clear. I have not given up dairy in that sense. Um, the hardest thing for me to give up, I don't know. I've been vegetarian for so long now. I probably, if you asked me that before, I probably would have said ginger beef. Like, if you asked me that back when I first went vegetarian, I probably would have said ginger beef, I think. Ginger beef, what's that then? Um, it's like, it was like, it was beef, but had ginger. I think it was candied. I don't remember. I don't really know how to describe it. Oh, oh, it's a Canadian Chinese thing. Okay, ginger beef is a Canadian Fuck, I hate when I list something and people are like, "What's that?" And I'm like, and then it's weirdly Canadian for something. Like, I would not know that it was Canadian. How? All right, whatever. Ginger beef is a Canadian Chinese dish made from beef, ginger, and distinctive sweet sauce. The ingredients of ginger beef can depend on where it is featured. The Albertan version generally consists of deep fried strips of beef coated in a dark sweet sauce that is reminiscent of other Asian sauce based on vinegar. It's literally it's literally like an Albertan thing. Fuck man. Well, that's what I liked. I really liked it. You said I have a silver globe. It looks solid silver, but it's also a lamp. And when you turn it on, it turns the moon into the moon and gives light. That's actually so sick. Where did you get that? Well, damn. Fuck, I didn't know that was so specific. Well, how do I? No wonder. It's so I like there's no vegetarian or vegan ginger beef recipe. That's why. Fuck. Maybe if I go home back home, I can find somewhere. Um the most widely accepted origin attributes the dish's development during the mid 70s by chef George Wong at the Silver Inn in Calgary. The dish is now a very common offering at Canadian Chinese restaurants. Well, damn. Okay. Well, hmm. But if you asked a place for a recipe and just subbed in tofu, that would work. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do is find a recipe that does it properly and then just sub out the meat for some vegetarian something. To be fair, I would have never guessed that was a Canada thing. Yeah, because it's in Chinese food, so you just assume like, you know. I have four globes. One is a bar, one is a lamp and moon, one is an earth lamp from the 90s, and one is a globe where everything is still Soviet Union. Anybody else who feels that it's awesome that Pappy loves something truly Canadian straight from her roots? Thank you. Straight from the Alberta Canadian roots, ginger beef. It's interesting because there was a Chinese food restaurant in my hometown that was named after that. So that's cool. But yeah, every once in a while I mention something that I enjoy that's like weirdly Canadian. What's on the menu today? I'm eating a samosa leftover. I'm working with a company from Alberta at the moment. Yeah. I love samosas. They're so good. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done my samosa and then we'll play date everything. Don't buy a flat earther map. Don't do it. All right? Don't give those people money. Don't do it. All right? If you're gonna collect a flat earther map, just draw one in crayon. All right? Just it's not worth it. The sun is a projection. Oh boy. When I said love samosa, typically I don't like peas, except sugar snap peas. I don't mind them in samosas. Yeah, they're really good in samosas, honestly. I've never met a flat earther. It'd be interesting. Consider yourself lucky. Just I assumed they were all drawn in crayon. Nice one. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, so I used to really like ginger beef, right? My grandma used to do this thing where she would ask you what your favorite food was, and then she would get you a bunch of that food for you to eat alone. And so one time she did it to me with shrimp. So I was at her house and like all my family was there visiting. She got me a giant ass like plate of shrimp and then was like, "Everyone, this is Poppy's shrimp. No one no one take any." And then I was like sharing a little bit, but she kept on like telling people like that's her shrimp. Yeah, shrimp ring. So I was like eating this giant shrimp ring by myself. She did the same thing with ginger beef one time too, but that I'm pretty sure she dropped off at my house, so I just got to eat a bunch of ginger beef, but it was funnier when I was like sitting in class, I was just eating all this shrimp. Did you end up getting gout? Yeah, and that's how I got gout at, I don't know, 10 years old. You didn't miss it. We're about to start. I'm just eating a samosa. I dated a girl whose family would buy two shrimp rings because she would want one all to herself. She wanted one all to herself. So wait, the whole family would share one and she would just eat one to her whole self? And they were like, have one to yourself. Is your shrimp like my grandma? Did you finish Link to the Past? No. No, my power went out. um that was cool. But no, we'll finish it one of the days coming up. Did you beat that puzzle game with the rooms? Probably. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one puzzle game with rooms. She wasn't spoiled on anything, but it was the one thing that was did for her. That's kind of cute. Oh, you're talking about blueprints? Yeah, we did. Glad your power is back. Me too. Me too. Reads up on Canadian cuisine. Wiki is a good list. The SNES is from my childhood, but Zelda is not. What happened with the whole power going out thing? I was out for like a few hours and then it made alarms go off in my apartment. So I had to sit in the car with my cat for a few hours. Um, so that was really awesome. That was like a really cool way to spend the day. Just in my car. Um, yeah. So that's what I did. Yeah, there's not really a lot of story to tell. Eventually they fixed it. I actually still don't know what caused it, but you know, that's cool. I didn't beat the you're talking about E33 second base. I didn't beat that one yet. Just smash all the smoke detectors like I did. It was causing the carbon monoxide alarms to go off in every single person's alarm apartment. So even if I got mine to turn off somehow, the whole apartments were just going off. I don't think that I was gonna be able to. Like, I could try to break them, but you know, it was still pretty loud. Nothing about that makes sense design wise. Yeah, it's sketchy. It's actually really sketchy that it's like that. You forgot the peanuts. Is your cat still with us? Yes. Today I learned that what we call in Sweden, what we in Sweden have named Horton bake apple is also known as cloudberry in the USA. Oh, we call it bake apple and it's known as cloudberry. What is it? Baked apple? Peppy's like Canadian Superman. Thanks. One was connected to my power line and would beep during a power outage. Yeah, that's the you know that's the thing is that's and then I was like I went to them and I was like, hey, is there a carbon monoxide leak? Like, do we need you know do we need to call 911? And they were like, oh yeah, no, maintenance confirmed there's no leak, but we can't turn off the alarms because they're connected to the fire alarms. So if there's a fire, it's a hazard because then if it's turned off, we can't like it won't go off. And I was like, who wired this place? Fucking damn it. Jort Jort Jortron? Whatever, I'm moving though. Soft O's and Jew. Do you mean Joe? Like, or am I being deceived by the fact you're putting two? I'm sure they're supposed to run on battery backup, but new batteries cost money. So stupid. Jotron? Jortron? Interesting. Alarms here should only go off for 15 minutes because it turns into a noise complaint if longer. But our alarm has a super cool battery that will go for 3 days. There's no way to switch it off unless you call a fireman to crawl up onto the roof and rip the battery out of the alarm. Found that out the hard way. Oh, what the hell? That's horrible. Okay. It's time for date everything. I'm gonna run an ad. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we're gonna crank. We're gonna crack down, lock in, and date everything. Everything will be dated.